Hey guys, welcome back.
Wagwan.
It's been forever.
As promised, video
Yeah, so we're doing a 1 year update on our experience so far. Moving to New Brunswick. It's a overcast day today. Winter is over.
Great. You wanna see outside?
Keep your fingers crossed.
Sure, no outside. It's great.
But I'll take it over snow any day. So yeah, so we're touching base on our experience over 1 year so far. So we got a few points here, so we'll stay on track. So the first thing we want to look at is the province itself is growth and diversity. So since we've moved here, we've definitely seen the growth within our community, within the province itself. We're seeing a lot more expansion of diversity, like seeing people, Africans, I'm seeing people from the Caribbean, we're seeing people from Asia. There's a huge growth of diversity here. I see even the products in the stores changing, and that's always based on who we're catering for. So we see a lot more international products that are not Canadian, probably a little bit more flavor and spice and taste. So, we've seen that. Let's touch on the next one.
Yeah, so like you were saying, in terms of growth and diversity, it's definitely expanding. We're seeing it's becoming a lot more multicultural. So you see more Filipino people. We've always seen a lot of African people.
Yeah, Africans been here.
Yeah, especially the French-speaking ones, and we're seeing a lot more Caribbean people.
Yes.
I think it's both from Ontario as well as schooling, so that's expanding for sure. And like you were saying, in terms of the grocery store, we see the international aisle has expanded.
Step it up.
In places like Walmart and the superstore, Atlantic Superstore, that's expanding as well. The next one would be adjusting and finding friends. So when we came here, we only knew like one YouTuber and also my realtor, right? So we were told before coming here that it's very important to network and get to know people, because people prefer to be, I guess, relate to each other face to face.
It's a small province, so it's a deep sense of community. So everyone knows everyone. So it's good for you to like interact and make friends, because everyone knows everyone here. So
yeah, so it's more of a face-to-face interaction that's here, rather than like just like talking on the phone. People like to go out and have fun and see friends and see family.
Every week.
Yeah, every single weekend. But I have family that followed me here, and my sister that followed me here, and my aunt and her family that followed me here. But we made it a point in duty to try and socialize and try to find what our social group was going to look like, especially since you can only really have a small group of people to kind of socialize with the whole pandemic thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's opening up, but it's very important to try and find people to socialize with if you're coming here by yourself, because we had Christmas. We had a few people over for Christmas. When we had New Year's, we had a few people over, or we went over to my sister's place with a few people of in terms of who we're getting to know.
Oh, we had a small barbecue in the summer.
Yeah, and a small barbecue. So socializing is still important. So if you're the type of person who likes to go over family members' houses and have and go to friends' houses, make sure that you try to find, even if it's acquaintance, it doesn't have to be friends, but people that you hang out with, to make sure that part of you is being fulfilled. So try to get to know people and socialize, because you don't want to stifle that part of you. And that's what we did, is to try to get to know people, and other people who moved from Ontario or even other provinces. Try to make that a point in duty to have your circle of friends to kind of get to socialize together, so that you're not feeling isolated. So that's something that we recommend to do, and that's something that we did.
Yeah, shout out to the man them, because we have our own men's group. So
I don't have a women's group. It's kind of hard with girls,
You know,
but
big up the man. Then we have a good men's group going. So
yeah, he has a men's group going, so that's a good thing. They get together ever so often and chop it up and go out and stuff. I think that's very important.
Yeah. So next thing that we're gonna look at is cost of living. So, no matter where you are, cost of living can be managed based on your lifestyle. However, we're doing comparative from Ontario moving here. Cost of living here is more expensive. We're looking for we're comparing dollar to dollar, item for item. Overall, it is expensive. Utilities is ridiculously expensive. And it's right across the province. It's not where we are. It's not because we're burning more than everyone else. It's just expensive. From what I'm gathering, and
In terms of
electricity, I think
it's expensive. A lot. Some people have the firewood stove, and they say that really
offset the price,
offsets the cost a lot. When you have a firewood stove, I think you purchase like the wood if you don't have access to that, and the cost to even purchase for the winter season is still less than what it would be if you had like baseboard heater. Even with if you have forced air, it's still pricey. It's still kind of pricey, and I guess we're also feeling that way because this winter was very, very brutal and cold. So the heat and electricity was going it was on constant more than I guess last year. Last year wasn't so bad, but this year it was very expensive this year. So even with that said, it's a little bit more expensive just to kind of think about last year, and this winter was really, really cold, so we had a lot more frigid days, so this winter was quite expensive. Yeah.
So we're looking at nightlife.
Are we done with cost of living?
Cost of living? Well,
to grocery and stuff like that.
Well, I didn't say that was more expensive. Yeah, okay. Groceries more expensive right across the board. We do shop different areas, like we shop at Superstore, we shop at Walmart, we shop at Giant Tiger, we shop everywhere there is, and no matter how much you mix and match, it's still going to be expensive. So it's still good to mix and match based on what you want or the needs for your family. We have boys there growing and they're getting, we have to give them different options where food is concerned, because they might not feel for this or feel for that, but overall groceries are expensive here.
If so for example, Walmart here is more expensive than Walmart in Ontario, and it doesn't make no sense to me. Like I don't know why. I guess I don't
everywhere.
Know why. I guess
Sobeys.
I guess because there's also more competition in Ontario.
Yeah, there's less competition here.
There's way less competition here. I think there's one No Frills, like we were saying in our previous video. So there's not a lot of competition here when it comes down to the grocery store. So I guess that's why. But Walmart here, their prices is more expensive than the prices in Ontario.
Yeah, so I think like you said, that's right across the board. Everything where options are concerned, there's limited options for everything. So the owners for these businesses are able to drive the price up, and you're in a position that you just pretty much have to pay, because it's not like, oh well, I'm just gonna go here, I'm just gonna go there. It's pretty much the same thing. We find that most of the chains are monopolized. So you got one individual that's owning a lot of different businesses and different entities. So they're able to set their prices, and it is what it is. So bear in mind that it is more expensive, but
And right now, cost of living has gone up across the board, across the whole entire world. I just went to Jamaica and I was just like, Lord God, expensive. Jeez.
Yep. So we'll look at nightlife.
Oh, were we gonna talk about food options for restaurants?
Well, we can touch on food options for restaurants. So food options for restaurants, you touch on that because we have different experiences.
There's nothing wrong with you giving your experience.
Yeah.
So my experience, so for example, so for authentic food, you would have to, so if you see like a sign that says Chinese food, for example, chances are you would have to keep going from one place to the other, because a lot of these authentic places, such as Chinese food places, they want to cater more so to the palate of Canadians, and you'll find that more so in Ontario, they're going to be trying to cater to the more of the authenticity of the country that is basically advertising on their storefront, right? You would find that they may have fish and chips in a Chinese food restaurant, or the seasoning is not the same in terms of the authenticity. So you'd have to keep going and looking to find a place that you actually be able to find authenticity in regards to that. So we need a lot more restaurants that is bold enough to be authentic to the place that they're to the country that they're basically saying that is authentic food. Another thing is I went to I had Thai Express. It was like them add water to ketchup and dash it inside of the pad thai. I got pad thai and it was not even salt. It was just so bland. Like my expectation when you have like a chain restaurant, that it should be across the board the same type of seasoning and stuff that's being used. And Moxie's here is pretty good. So I can't even, those type of chain restaurants seem to be more consistent. Like the Moxie's and the Kelsey's.
Gannon House.
And what?
Gannon House.
Gagnon House?
Yeah, Gannon House. That's attached to, what do you call it? It's attached to a hotel in Moncton. It's a boutique hotel. We've been there. We went.
Yeah. So those type of chain restaurants are more consistent, but in terms of the authentic food restaurants, it seems like a lot of people may feel like to keep the business open that they have to cater to Canadians, and I don't really like that. I feel like you should, if you're gonna have your restaurant be authentic, just be bold enough to allow your food to do well, because people come there to taste the authenticity of the food. So we need more of that. That's my experience.
And then my experience is a little bit opposite. I guess what I could throw in there just a splash and like dash it a bit. When she goes out with me, she has a good experience because I choose better restaurants. Like when she's eating with me, we'll go to Moxie's. We went to.
Moxie's is my idea.
But still, when she goes out with me, her food experience is good because it's with me, right? We went to Ghana House, it was a good experience. Like everywhere we've eaten together, it's a good experience.
But that's the chain restaurant. That's not necessarily the authentic.
But Ghana is not a chain; it's an independent.
Is it an authentic food restaurant?
No, it's not.
So that's really it's the authentic food restaurant.
So when she steps away and goes to these authentic restaurants by herself, her experience is not so good. Because when I go to an authentic restaurant, I have a different experience. Because we went to an Asian one, it was great. We went to a buffet place, it was great. So
you didn't go to that buffet place with me. You went to
No, I went to. So that means that when I go independently, I still have these good experiences. But I guess it's just when we break off, she's having these bad experiences. So probably should just stick to eating with me and not eat by herself. So probably that's just what it is. But I've had good experiences with the restaurants. I've been one place and it was really salty, and I think that was just that night because apart from that, it's been good reviews. But I've had good dining experiences, so probably just need to tell her right in the comments. She probably just need to eat with me more often.
I guess.
And stop like eat without me. So
I guess whatever.
So the next thing we're gonna touch on is nightlife. If you are someone that likes to go out and party and enjoy yourself, guys, again, the options are limited. It's a growing province. There's not a lot of options, like if you're into your hip hop, you're into your, there's just not enough options. That's just what it is. Let's just stick to that. There's not a lot of nightlife options. There's probably like 5 clubs downtown that you can go to.
I didn't even know there was so many.
Yeah, it's probably there. There's about 5 clubs that you can go to. Again, it is expanding, so I believe with the influx of immigrants coming in, with the diversity pool that's growing, I think there's going to be more options coming, but right now, options are limited. So if you do move to New Brunswick, just link us up. We'll tell you where to go. Yeah. We'll go together. I got a good group of friends. I've got a buddy that's a DJ. I got buddies into rap and so on. Yeah. So that,
Yeah, we're trying to make the best and try to identify everybody who is able to bring something to the table within our social group, and encourage each other to expand and open up businesses and so on, if that's what they choose to do. So that I would say is something that's good to have when you're coming to a place that is not as diverse in terms of business and culture and so on, is to find your group, find your tribe, and so that the time that the place is expanding, because it's growing pains right now, and the government needs to really catch up, because the province is expanding really, really quickly. And so they need to implement a lot of things to accommodate that. So that's what we would suggest, is to find your tribe and find a group of people that you are able to
motivate you and build
and help with the growing pains, because you're gonna miss things. What do you miss? What do you miss? What do you miss?
The singular thing that I miss right now is shopping. Like, I'm trying to get clothes and my options are like rough. I wouldn't even say limited, like next to nothing. Like, it's nothing. Like, I just keep revamping what I already have in the closet. The most I can buy is probably like sneaker and a t-shirt. There's nothing here. So I'm really not happy with the fact that we can't buy any clothes. And I'm a person who don't like to shop online. I like to go into the physical store to see and try on, and there's nothing here.
Well, for me, I'm an online shopper, so that's not an issue for me. Even when I'm in Ontario, girls typically shop online. There's way more options, way more styles online for women. But for guys, it's a little bit more trickier because of the sizing and so on. It's a little bit more trickier.
It's rough for me to buy clothes right now. So it is what it is. But apart from that, Ontario, only thing I miss is my friends. Just the relationships and the families that I built there. That's what I'm missing. And we call, we talk, we FaceTime, we WhatsApp, whatever. We stay in touch.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I'm good.
Yeah, I miss my family, and that in that way, socializing and stuff like that. But other than that, again, we still have people here. If you guys are here, try to put yourself out there to be able to socialize, especially in those holiday times and stuff like that. It's very important.
And just a reminder to you guys, if you don't already know, Charlene is a realtor. She's with KW Realtor. And I guess she can touch some more on the housing market. If you're looking to buy now, she can probably give you a little bit more on that.
We can do a separate video in regards to that. I also, in the previous video, telling you guys that we're going to be doing this video. I'm also a realtor in the Dominican Republic, loading. Things are changing, something is happening in regards to that, so you guys stay tuned. I think that's basically it for our 1 year. If you guys have any questions or have anything else that you want us to touch on that we haven't already touched on, we'll be more than happy to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's all.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.